second part of this podcast with George Martin and Patrick something. Where were we? We were in the part where Patrick says that the definition of veganism is incomplete because it doesn't include Santa's elves or some characters from Star Wars.
Use the vegan society definition of veganism, then it will be vegan to, factory farm, Santa's elves or wokkies from Star Wars, because they don't belong to the kingdom Animalia.
To factory farm them, but not in a factory-like fashion. It's the welfarist movement. It's about ending factory farming.
Right, but why would you?
I love this silence here.
Santa's elves or wokkies from Star Wars, because they don't belong to the kingdom Animalia.
Right, but
George is like, oh, let's not go there.
I'm still maybe not clear on why this would mean. I mean, I do have my own opinions on this, as I say, but why would it mean that if someone doesn't care about wild animals suffering, so it's not something they're doing themselves, it's not about animals being farmed, it's not about the exploitation of non-human animals, they just say, oh, this is nature, this just happens in nature. And I think a lot of vegans have this view. You would call those people not vegan.
That is not the point. A justice movement cannot be about dealing with hurricanes or blizzards. A justice movement is about moral agents understanding the moral value of their victims.
Nature. And I think a lot of vegans have this view. They just say, oh, this is nature, this just happens in nature. And I think a lot of vegans have this view.
It's like Patricia.
You would call those people not vegan.
Yeah, and
nature.
I would not, yeah.
Nature. And I think a lot of vegans have this view. You would call those people not vegan.
Yeah, and I would not, yeah.
Give me a moment, because I think your reasoning so far has been maybe quite, philosophical.
This is so ironic, because they complain that we call them non-vegans because they reject the definition of veganism. And they make up a whole new concept that has nothing to do with veganism, and they call non-vegans the ones who reject their movement pulled out of their asses.